Pam. Just getting everything kind of set here. Hey Pam. Oops. Just getting everything kind of set here. Let's turn that volume down. Hey Cheryl. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll do happy mail and stuff afterwards. That way people watching the replay don't have to look at all that if they don't want to. What we're doing here is I'm gonna show you how I make a buffalo check. And I made this little card. That's supposed to be a gift card, but yeah. But how to get this buffalo check. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna be using this is my transfer tape, and I'm gonna cut off about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. Yeah. I'm just gonna stuff this in here, and it's not gonna be anything fancy. Just wanna cut it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, went way too far. I just got this cutter at Joann. Kind of getting used to it, but I like it. And then I'm gonna take this 6 inches and I'm gonna cut it into strips. And I want all the strips to be the same. So I'm gonna cut it on each one of these blue lines. Did I get it cut off? No, I totally missed. Let's try that again. Or if you want to put it a different way, I'm gonna cut it off at a 1/2 inch. Ugh, it's not cutting. There, we think we got it. Well, if all else fails, you can cut it with scissors. Let me try to cut some off and then see where I get from there. Let me start from here. So I'm gonna cut off 1/2 inch increments. That looks like 3/4 of an inch. There we go. Let's see if it'll cut now. Yeah, okay, good. And I'm gonna cut, for this, you're gonna need about 21 strips, depending. Now you can do this any width you want. I'm doing it 1/2 inch width. This is not as easy as I'd hope with this thing. There we go. Try and get them lined up. They do need to be lined up. I think I had better luck cutting them with scissors. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut multiple strips, and through the magic of YouTube, I've already cut some up. They don't have to be perfect. Hi, Chow. Hi, Elizabeth. Linda. Deb. I'm gonna get this big clunky cutter out of my way. And what you wanna do is this, and you can go ahead and say, yeah, you could use a stencil for that. But I'll tell you, the third phase of this would require you to have one stencil on top of another, which isn't always convenient. So I'm gonna grab just a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of paper. And I'm gonna start peeling these off. And the way I store them when I'm done, because you can reuse them, is I'll just store them on this little laminator pouch that I made. You can definitely reuse them. And, oh, I had an accident today with the distressed mica stain. And you want to, and what you don't see me doing is I'm just putting this on my clothes, and there's a bunch of hair because, never mind, I tried to do something. And you're gonna lay it right, line it up, and just lay it down. I think I'll do the rest of those on my t-shirt instead. Hey Mac, I know I'm a day late. I moved a bunch of furniture yesterday, and by the time it was time for me to do a live, I had a migraine, I was tired. So I'm gonna peel this one off and just kind of move some of the stickiness off. And now this one's just being used as a spacer, so I'm not going to stick it down too hard, but you need a spacer. And take the next one. Yeah, so I had that mica spray all over. I was so mad. I got most of it off, but it gets under your fingernails, and I don't care, that scrub brush just can't do it. So you're gonna lay this one right down next to your spacer, and I'm sure you guys have seen this done a million times. You know how to make stripes and stuff like that. And I'm gonna carefully pull this other one up. You wanna be careful when pulling them up, because after a couple of uses, they do lose their stickiness, but they're still pretty sticky. So you just wanna kinda gently pull. And then I'm going to put my spacer up to the next place. Line it up, lay it down, grab another strip. Well, I hope it doesn't sell, Pam. Go ahead and lay this against my clothes again, just to take some of the stickiness off. And butt it up against that next one. And I'm not going by these lines because they aren't all even. The strips are cut evenly, but the lines aren't, so I definitely don't want to count on those lines at all. Put my spacer up to the next one. Lay it down. Grab another strip. If it's meant to be. I'm one of those people that absolutely hates that meant to be stuff. I just want it all. And I'm just putting this on my clothes again to take away some of the stickiness. And what you're going to need is 2 or 3 colors depending on how you want your buffalo plaid. I'm going to use 2 colors because part of my plaid is going to be white. Pull that one up. That's my spacer. Move my spacer up one. And the last strip. One. So yeah, I've been missing in action too. I didn't have the flu like poor Simon, but I definitely have been sick, but I'm feeling a lot better now. So thought, you know what, it's time. That one doesn't look straight. That's okay. And pull my spacer off. And I'm gonna take my spacer and I'm just gonna stick it down onto this piece of laminated folder. And ink I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using oxide, and I'm going to use Hickory Smoke and Black Soot, same brush for both. Make sure I'm in frame here. See, y'all, I made this little box. I put some of this red stuff on the bottom so it'll grip no matter where I put it. Okay. And going to start out with your lightest color. So this is going to be the Hickory Smoke. And all I'm going to do is straighten that out here a little. Take my Hickory Smoke and just color in. Okay, pretty simple. And I like using oxides because they blend really smooth. Lazy bones. But then you can also do some cool distress stuff with it if you wanted to. Okay. It takes longer to put the strips down than anything. And what I like to do is I like to take my rag and wipe my strips off before I take them off. Okay. Now I'm going to gently take off each one of these strips. Like I said, for the most part of this, you could definitely use a stencil, but the last step, you'd have to have one on top of the other, and you may not get such crisp lines. And Buffalo check is fun for holidays especially. Well, that's true, Deb. Laura Ann, I'm going to be doing the drawing, actually probably Nancy's channel Saturday. I want to do it at the same time everybody else is doing theirs. Okay. There we go. There's one side. Now, I'm going to do the same thing the opposite direction. And I just spit on there. Nice going. So I'm going to lay my first one down. Lay down my spacer. Lay my next one down. Pull up my spacer. Move my spacer. This is like it's not Cricut. It's I don't know, basically a generic brand that I got from Amazon. So it's about 17 or 18 bucks for the huge roll of it. And again, you can use these multiple times. The only thing you want to do is kind of stay in the same color family, because you can see that, you know, some of the ink after you laid it down transfers onto here. So I try and lay them also so that the ink matches up, but it's not that important. Oops, what did I do? That's my spacer, okay. My spacer down. I did, Cheryl, and I'm going to be showing Happy Mail at the end of the video, just so that if people watching the replay, you know, they can watch what they want, get the meat out of it, and leave the juice. I have to get another one of these, and you're going to need several of them, believe it or not, and I'll show you why. Let me go ahead and unstick that, unsticky that one. And I'll leave the last one blank. It looks like it about fits. Now, I'll lay this here off to the side. And what happened here? What did I do? Oh man, I am blowing it by the numbers here. I missed one. One back on here, and any one of them can be your spacer, it doesn't really matter. There we go, just so that they're evenly spaced. And now what I'm going to do is use the same Hickory Smoke. Okay, so I'm just going to go in, and the last phase you don't need a spacer. You can use one if you want to, but I don't. Just gonna go in and color all the places that are uncovered. Sometimes they're hard to see too. But you see how it kind of darkens it down. Okay, now you're going to leave these on. And this is the part where I said a stencil would be okay, but it'd have to be a very thin stencil. I'm going to flip this over this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to place my strips this way now, right on top. And I'm going to place my strips in the lighter spots. So you have to kind of look to see what's lighter. You can start and then put a spacer if you want to, but I can see these are lighter than these. Come on. Hey, Jim. And I'm just getting the sticky off. And again, I'm laying my tape right across the lighter strips. And I know you can't, it's hard to tell, but there's empty spaces here. And if you were to use like a gray paper or white paper and a gray and a black, I mean, you could do any colors. I did one in red. I'm trying to see where I am here, okay? Lay that one down. So total number of strips you're gonna need, I'll count them here in a second for you. I think I counted them before, like 21 or something like that. One more. Yeah, I'm a fan of Buffalo Tech. You can do these as big as you want too, which is cool. Because this, I mean, typically this isn't really buffalo. Buffalo would be like 1 inch. But our card area isn't that big. And I know I promised you guys that I would do a comparison with some of those brushes that we were watching the other night with Tracy Schultz. Now I'm going to go in with the black soot. You have to practice this. You might want to watch this a couple of times. You have to practice it a few times to get it. I know I did. And that was back when I was painting. Okay. Like I said, the longest part is these strips. You know what? I think I messed up right there. Ah, doggone it. Okay, I did. I'm going to go ahead and pull these strips up. I think I'll wipe them off first so I don't get my hands all inky. I messed that side up, but you'll get the gist. I put one in the wrong spot, I think. Yeah, I did. That's okay. We'll just have to trim that part off. The reveal is the most fun part. And you can use these strips multiple times until they basically lose their sticky. So see, I've got them all laid out on this piece of acetate. And there we have our buffalo check, except for the spot that I messed up. But if I were gonna take a circle die and cut it out, I just kind of, probably put something there. Anyway, that's buffalo check, and you can just distress it if you want to. Just set that aside and let it dry. So that's that. Refer back. It's pretty easy, but you can see it's easy to make a mistake too. So I got the other day I got these Altenew detail blending brushes. I think I paid $7 or $8 for 3 brushes. Today from Amazon I got these. Okay, and I'll show you here why there's a bunch of hair on me, because I thought I'd try to be fair and try and trim this off. Don't try this at home, folks. Cutting these little hairs, you can't do it. They must have they obviously have a special machine that cuts them, because these come flat on top and they're pretty soft. The Altenew ones, we'll just compare one about the same size, and you can see I've used it already. I just got these today. They are angled. And then I thought that I would just also compare the Tim Holtz Distress stencil brush and a good old-fashioned stencil brush. Ew, petroleum jelly. Oh, I'm waiting on the new crayons myself, but I ordered it from Stampers Anonymous, and they're kind of slow with their shipping. But I thought I'd give them my business for a change. Get all this garbage out of the way. And let's go ahead and pull out a stencil here. And I've got this Snowflake one, which I really like. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it on here and put some mint tape behind it. I do not have the magnety toy that people have. I have one that I made, but I just prefer going my own way. I don't know. There's more crap I gotta dig out. And yeah, the stencil is dirty. It's not dirty, it's stained. Okay, so let's be fair, and I'm gonna go ahead and use an ink instead of an oxide. And we'll start with the Amazon one. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it wet, put some ink on it, and let's see. I mean, with this ink anyway, the coverage is pretty good. I can't complain. It's not real stiff, it's rather soft. It moves easily. See how it's wiggly? So I do have to keep dipping, but that's pretty typical. Okay. So there's this brush. Now let's go in with the Altenew brush. Thanks, Cheryl. Okay, here we are with the Altenew brush, and it doesn't, I've still got brown ink on here. Like, it's stiffer. It's not as soft. So you really want to be careful, because if you're spinning around on it, it's going to get these top bristles up underneath. Okay, there's the Altenew. Okay, so then let's get the Tim Holtz one and keep it short. We'll do him up here. It definitely held the ink better. It only took 2 dips. And then we'll go in with an old-fashioned stencil brush. No. I mean, it works okay. It'd be great for paint. Not so great for ink. All right. Let us reveal. Okay, that was with the stencil brush. It's not great. This was with the Tim Holtz brush. Not great. I don't know what happened there, how I got a drip on there. But that's with the Altenew brush. And this one here was with the little soft brush from Amazon. I'm giving it a thumbs up. It's good. I like it. Okay. Now, let's just take a look at how this might look if you're trying to get into a small space, come to think of it. Because that was part of the point of the Altenews. So draw a little small space here. Draw a little small space here. They're not even close. And I'm just going to go in with the corner of this one. And you really can't get any kind of precision out of it. I'm going with the Altenew one. And I realize it's dirty because I used it with brown ink. But then you can get into this tip here and just do the tip. So there's a big plus for the Altenew ones. Now let me find that one that I tried to trim down. Where did I put it? Right here. Let's see what happens. And no, that doesn't work at all. Okay, don't trim these down. It doesn't work. It won't hold ink at all. And this stuff was itchy. I got it all over me. Try it with the small snowflakes. Okay. Let's flip it over. Ugh. You know what? In fact, let's just get a clean piece. Oh, I can't remember which side I used. Oh, it doesn't really matter. We'll flip it this way. Go away, fly. Well, come on. I'm just gonna do one piece of tape. All right. Okay, here comes the Amazon brush, and these are, Nancy has them in her Amazon store. Feel free to link anybody. 30-piece lash. They're for cleaning eyelashes. Okay. Well, here's a teeny tiny star. Okay. And then here's a small stencil. The small snowflake. Okay, that's taken 3 dips. Get it nice and dark. There's a fly in here, keeps landing on me, and it's starting to really irritate me. Okay, here's an itty bitty snowflake with the Altenew brush. Here's an itty bitty dot. And here's a star. Where did I put the Tim Holtz one? I'm not even going to try it with the paintbrush. And there's the Tim Holtz one. Hit a couple of dots. No, I made a mess, but you see, this was the Altenew and it bled through. This was pink brush, it didn't bleed through. So, Elements, it's dye ink. I can try it with another ink. I love Elements ink, they're my favorite. Let's try it with a Catherine Puller, which I find extremely similar. And just kind of wipe these off a little, off on a rag here. Let's flip this over. Let me grab a clean stencil or cleanish stencil. This one with the little words. I love this. It's probably my favorite stencil. Hey Melissa, no worries. Normally I don't do lives on Wednesday night, so you're not late, I'm late. All right, let's go in with the Catherine Puller in Serenade. And we'll start off with the, you know what, I think I'll use the same brush. It's a close enough color. And tape stuck to me. Let's do Joy. You mostly kind of got a dab, I guess. It just, if you're trying to stay in a concentrated place and not get all over the page. Let me get that little dot. So there's a Catherine Puller. Grab the Altenew brush. And the Altenew brush, it comes with 3 sizes, so typically I could use a different size, but these are comparable. And let's do Peace with the Altenew brush. Two dips. Okay, there's Catherine Puller. See, the Altenew brush, I don't know, that was probably me, but I kind of went over. I guess I kind of did on both of them. The ink is definitely bleeding on both of them. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of bled over. Now, I didn't use any kind of pixie spray or anything like that because I really am not a fan of that stuff. All right, let us try Villainous Potion in the ink. That won't fit in there. We'll just lay it down normal. All right, here we are with the Amazon brush. I think I went wrong side. I should have done the, I don't remember which one I used on the other one. Amazon brush on this one. Altenew brush on this one. I mean, you definitely get more ink with the Altenew brushes, but that's not always a good thing with a stencil. Not bad. It didn't bleed as bad as the Catherine Puller ink did. All right, let's try the oxide. I just got these today, yo. These Villainous Potion, the whole set, because, yeah. Purple's worth it. You're right, Cheryl, that's true. I was just trying to compare if you were to use it for a stencil, because These are for blending in small spaces. That's why they come in small, different sizes. Oops, I just grabbed ink and I meant to grab oxide. All right. Here's the Amazon brush. Again, it's soft and squishy, so dabbing is the better bet. I mean, you can stencil with just about anything. I'm gonna have to switch over to the smaller detail blending brush here with the Altenew because I don't want to mix my oxides and inks. Look at that, that's nice. The one thing I can say is it holds more ink than those pink ones. I'm still gonna need another dip though. So anyway, that's the comparison. I made a sloppy mess mostly, but boy, that oxide went on there really nice. Not a lick of bleeding that I can see. Love it. Go ahead and clean off my stencil here. And that's why I did compare, you know, how they might blend, and obviously the Altenew brush beat out for blending. I have to label that. These are very, very nice and worth the money. For stenciling detailed stuff, go for it. Buy the cheap ones. Reading the chat here. Okay. You know what I did, Pam, in the similar items, I bought this set. It came with 2 of these. It came with a bunch of these, which Cheryl, I think, sent me a bunch of these too, but these are sparkly. And a bunch of these, which I have no idea. I'll probably use them for cleaning things. I don't know. Nice little clean your keyboard tools. I did use one to play with some ink today, though, I must admit. Okay, so there's your comparison. There's your Buffalo check that's kind of drying that I distressed a little and messed up on. Let's get into the Happy Mail. So, first of all, let me get some crud out of my way here. I've been getting so much mail from people. I'm so thankful. You guys are all so really sweet. Okay. And if Nancy's not on here, I hope I get to talk to her later because Nancy sent me some Crafty Critta foil art. Okay, she sent me these slimline ones and these ready to cut tags, which are so cute. Oh my gosh. They've got little, I don't want to get my dirty fingers on them, but they've got little gnomes, and here's one that I foiled. And that's what I want to have a conversation about because I watched one of her videos today, but I kept skipping through because it was an hour and a half, and I was just trying to figure out why, and I'm using my Mink and my Dusty, why is my foil wrinkling? Because that's what it's doing. It's wrinkling and it doesn't fully foil, which is, to me, I'm kind of like Nancy. I'm kind of a snob about it, but won't he look cute on there? And these are swatches I did. This is Villainous Purple. This is Seedless Preserves. This is Milled Lavender. You know what? I tried it at temperature 2 and it still would not, and I'll show you because I did some of the sentiments too, and you can see where the wrinkles were. It didn't stick to the picture, so it's got to be me. And here's my laminating pouch just to kind of see where he wrinkled up. He stayed nice and straight down here. Wrinkles at the top, and they seem to always all be doing that. I don't know if I need a new laminating sheet. I mean, this one looks pretty good. If my rollers are messed up on my mink, not sure what's wrong. I'll keep playing with it, but I don't want to too high a setting. I mean, if you went down to 1, we'll try it. We'll try it. And she sent me this snow pen, which I haven't opened yet, or snow marker. I will be playing with that. What else did she send me? She sent me a really cute card, and I'm not going to read the inside because it's a personal message, but isn't that sweet? You liven up the night. I love it. It's so cute. In this really cool silver envelope, which I will definitely recycle. Oh yeah, she sent me also some foil, H&H, and that's what I was using today when I was playing with that. And this is actually, it looks like kind of a purple, but it's a really nice holographic. And then parchment paper instead of the carrier. I might try that. No, I just turned the ink on, but I did turn it down, and it took forever to cool off. This orange, it's got little stars in it. It's really pretty. So cool goodies from Nancy. If I missed something, Nancy, let me know. Okay, and then I got a lot of cards. Chow sent me this, thinking of you. It's so cute. Look at that little duck. Just a thinking of you. This one came from Pam. Smile, brighter days are coming, with a personal note. I love this. I like how it kind of fades out to a halftone. This is from Sharon, and it's a lot. Thanks for spreading rainbows everywhere you go. Yes, and it's got really pretty like stars foil. And then inside is this really cool little charm, because some bunny knows how much I like cats. Isn't that cute? There's not a 2.5, so when it started wrinkling on 3, add a paper shim. Okay. Okay, sounds good. This came from Jerry. Let me put that over. And Jerry sent me this cute little Know Me. She cut that out and did an ink blend, and all these little Amazon boxes, which, thank you. I think they're so cute. These are just adorable. They must be printed on glossy paper and print and cut or something. I don't know. They look like they were professionally done. This one comes from Sharon. And Sharon sent me a bunch of foiled things. So, isn't that pretty? And then she had this, I think this was a Hero Arts, and she did it in a rainbow, really pretty. And then this is kind of a spotted foil in red, gorgeous. And this one, it's like a satiny type paper, sparkly satiny, and it's been embossed. I mean, people have been sending me things. That's so cool. And blue foil. And some things I can color. Okay, but this thing right here is my favorite. And this looks like it was foiled with Crafty Critta. With that really cool holographic foil. And a thank you card. A really fancy thank you card. We're talking layer after layer after layer. So cute. and a little note, and then another embossed. And I think she's the one that sent me a whole bunch of sentiments that I put in my sentiment thing, Christmas type sentiments. This one from Cheryl. This thankful card, she sent me a little note in there, and she sent me some of these little guys, which I think are dental. I haven't played with them yet, but I will. Aren't those hedgehogs so cute? I love them. Really pretty work on this, Cheryl. It almost looks like it's hand-drawn. Handmade with Love by Geraldine. And this one came from Chow again. And this is cool. It's a foiled tree in purple. And then this is like a sparkly kind of blue purple matting layer. Really pretty. Thank you, Chow. And then Nancy sent me a mixed media card. You can use what? Oh, those tiny to make dots and stuff, huh? Yeah, good idea. So that's some happy mail that I got. Besides the fact that I got this whole set of this purple, the whole thing, plus the pin, and I've got the, I don't know where I put them, the ink and the oxide. Come on. Let's see, what else? What else? Oh, I didn't have a lot, you guys, tonight, but I did want to make an appearance because it's been a minute. So with the Buffalo check, I mean, honestly, you could use low-tack tape if you wanted to. I did one with the low-tack tape, but I can't find it. And oh, I wanted to show you because we were talking about mixed media the other day, working with the foil, gel press. Wanted to show you some samples that I made. See if I can figure out where I put them. Here we go. So here's the butterfly, and I just drew on a black body. So I did the background with the gel press, and then I did the butterfly. Here's another, and this has the gel press, and it has that circly denty one, for lack of a better word. And here's one I did with some sort of rainbow wings. And then my favorite super mixed media, this is the chevron, and I think the name of the set is something chevron. But I've got that, and then I've got the little, what do you call this thing? Well, I don't have it near me. I have, my craft room is, yeah. So I moved my office to downstairs in the living room that never gets used. It just sits there. Now, animals don't go in there, nothing. It's got a door, a big door on it and stuff. So I decided to, when I got my new office furniture, I decided to move my office down there. And so now I've got all this space in my craft room that I've already filled up. But I got my sewing machine out, which I miss it, you know. It was like buried and hard to get to. I got my Cricut out. I went ahead and sewed the edge of this card we did together, because I just think it's a cool look, the sewing. And this is like a really thick thread for like denim. So I decided, well, my sewing machine's out, I'm gonna sew that card. I like sewing cards. So yeah, it is awesome because my Cricut has been buried, so I haven't really been able to use it at all, you know, without really just dragging stuff out and then having to clean up. So I've got about 6 or 7 feet of extra space now where my office desk used to be, and I've already pretty much filled it up. So once I get everything straightened out around here, I will show you guys around. Yeah, you should stitch up cards because it's fun, and they look really like you know, third level. So yeah, get your sewing machine out. Mine's just a Singer heavy duty sewing machine. I don't have any special needle in there. I just have a needle. I have no idea what the needle is in there, but it works, so I don't care. It's probably a sort of heavy duty one. Yeah, I only paid about 89 bucks for that sewing machine. So not bad, not bad. And I've used it to make, I took, what's that? Oh, drop cloth material and covered a bed for the dog. Because he's a weird dog, Duke is. He likes to, he nests, and so he digs and spins circles and digs until he gets comfortable, and he tears up everything he touches when he does that. You know, I mean, I kind of want a laser printer too, but at the same time, I really want that hot foil thing. I really like the looks of those. So, oh, you have a junk journal. Cool. See, I don't have anything like that. I asked myself, do I want to do an art journal? Because I'm doing all these cards and I got nothing to do with them. Maybe I should do something different. But I've been making these little things. A lady named Genevieve, she's in Kentucky. She has some tutorials on these. She doesn't tell you the measurements. You just kind of got to guess. Or you can purchase her kit, but they're just, you know, chipboard, and this is little animal print, and I've been sticking these to the bottom of them so you can fit a distress oxide in there. Hers, you can fit a an actual blender tool, but I didn't make mine big enough. I didn't guess good enough, but I can put my finger blender in there, and because it's got that this red stuff, it doesn't move at all. Scan and cut. You know, I've actually had several sewing machines. I've got probably 2 quilting sewing machines in a closet that both their timing went out, and so, you know, they would skip stitches and stuff, probably because I quilted so much on them. You know, it's very hard when you've got 3 layers of fabric and you're trying to stuff them through a throat this thick. So definitely, I messed them up. One of them is a Brother, I think, embroidery machine. None of them were super expensive. I think the most expensive was $300. And once I got the cats, yeah, no worries, guys. I know that, that's why I started my video at 5 tonight. I want to make sure that people, you know, can catch all the videos they want to catch, because it gets, I don't know, it gets boring. But I'm going to go downstairs and watch Good Witch and feed my face with tacos that hopefully Mike is making. And I thank you guys for stopping by. Okay, thanks, Melissa. Yep, I'm out. And you know, please give this video a thumbs up if you want to. Don't forget, the whole topic was the Buffalo check, which I lost it somewhere here already. I hope y'all have a good night. Thanks again. Bye-bye. And